Hey guys, so I was asked to give a reaction to the new Faces of Death trailer. Highly anticipated. This movie was produced by Legendary Films. It's now going to distribution with IFC and Shudder. I believe it's going to have a theatrical release here in April, and a ton of people are excited about it. Let me jump into the trailer. The trailer looks really cool. It's different than obviously the 1978 version, which is so controversial, and had that real element of, is this real? Is it not real? It seems like they tried to take that concept and put it into a cinematic universe where the characters inside of the world are trying to figure out if what they're watching is a real snuff film or if it's fake, because they work at like a content moderation company. That seems to be the premise, and she gets like sucked into this world trying to figure this out. Looks interesting. If the 1978 version didn't exist, it would change my perspective on it. But I know, like any other viewer, our mind's going to compare to that. That's my biggest question about the film. Is not how well it's produced. It's not how well it's acted. It's not how well it's shot, because all those things look really great. It's going to be, will it connect to the fan base that loved the 1978 version? Because what that version had going for it was truly, is this real? Is it not real? It felt gray market. It felt like something you shouldn't be watching. There's lots of discussion about what scenes were was real death and what wasn't. And obviously with a bigger studio behind this next release, you can't have real death. It's not legal. It would not be released in theaters. So you go into it knowing that what you're watching is simply, probably really, really well done special effects, which is how most horror films are. It's just in this particular instance, that's what sold the first one. Is it real? Is it not real? So it's going to be interesting to see how that converts. I know other films, let's say Blair Witch, where you have the first film that everyone's thought process is, am I watching something real, or is this not real? Once that dissipates and they try to do further installments, it had a tough time because that was the thing that made it stick out. The other thing too is we're in a weird place in society right now where watching real death and seeing death on our phones is is like commonplace. I mean, you could just be scrolling on any social media network and see something gruesome. And we process it differently. So something that was like crazy to see in 1978 might be what we saw at 7 o'clock in the morning, flipping through our social media. That's how different the world is. So again, will that psychologically affect you today like it did then? So those are the questions I have about the film. I'll go see it because I want to see how it affects me, and see how strong this perspective is once I actually see what they did with it. But those would be my questions going into it: is can it convert the same emotional feeling that the original one did, when we live in a different time and place? We look at violence differently, which is something that I've personally explored quite a bit in some of my recent writings, as well as when you remove that element of mystique and gray market and controversial, you remove that, does it still hit the same? I guess we'll see. For the good of filmmaking, I hope it does awesome. And I support any horror film that's out there, and this is right along with that. So I hope it crushes it, and we'll see exactly what happens. But that's my take on the new Faces of Death.